Welcome back to my channel. How is everybody? Hope you're doing good. Thank you for stopping by. Today's video is going to be something new and something different, which is what I wanted to do in the beginning of the year, was to do different stuff, along with the stuff that I've been doing. But then I thought about it, and what if I wanted to talk about a movie that wasn't just underrated? What if I wanted to talk about The Dark Knight or The Godfather or anything like that? So I didn't really want to limit myself. So what I'm doing today is I'm going to just talk about a couple movies that these happen to be underrated, but from here on out, I'm just going to talk about movies that are recommendations. If you've seen it, maybe check it out again. If you haven't seen it, check it out. So I'm just going to give a quick synopsis of them. So the first movie that I'm going to go ahead and kick off this new video with is one that I've been watching for a very long time. My cousins introduced me to the movie, and I was probably, I don't know, 11, 12 when they introduced me to it. So anyway, the suspense is built up enough. I'm talking about UHF with Weird Al Yankovic. This movie is kooky and crazy and nutty and makes almost no complete sense. But for some reason, I love it. It's just so funny. It cracks me up no matter how many times I've seen it. I'll just give you a quick rundown of what this movie is about. George Newman is a daydreamer whose hyperactive imagination keeps him from holding a steady job until his uncle hires him to manage Channel 62, a station that's losing money and viewers fast. But when George replaces the station's reruns with bizarre programs like Wheel of Fish and Raoul's Wild Kingdom, where poodles fly from the third-story windows, ratings begin to soar. Can George find the money he needs to stay on the air? And stay tuned. I was laughing midway because Raoul's Wild Kingdom is one of the crazy weird sketches that they have in there, and it just reminded me of it when I was talking about it. Definitely, if you haven't seen this movie and it's late at night, maybe you've had a couple drinks. If you're not old enough to drink, you've had a couple sodas. And just, it's definitely a late night movie. Don't make a date night out of it. Watch it by yourself or with a couple buddies, and don't take it seriously at all. So the next movie that I'm going to recommend alongside UHF with this video is one that came out only a couple years ago, and I'm one of the reasons that it bombed, because I did not go see it in the theater because of the marketing campaign. I talked about it before. Pop Star, Never Stop, Never Stopping. So this stars the crew members and the artists of The Lonely Island, most notably Andy Samberg. This came out in 2016 and came out around the summertime, around my birthday, I remember, and I ended up skipping it. The trailers did this movie no justice whatsoever, because this movie's hilarious. It takes a little bit to get into it, and when I mean a little bit, I only mean just a couple minutes. So it's really not even a long movie. It's like an hour and a half, maybe a little bit more than that. So it's not a long movie at all. I usually don't like movies that are either found footage or they follow one character around, like a documentary crew, and this is what this movie is it's like they follow him around. I usually don't like those types of movies. But for this one, I don't know, they just hit all the right notes for comedy for me, and every time I watch this movie, I always laugh. Even the same jokes that I've seen and heard 6-7 times before, it always makes me laugh. If you haven't seen this movie bombed at the box office. You can look up interviews on YouTube. The actors will admit that the marketing was off, but they were not in charge of the marketing. They're just the actors. So give this movie a shot. This is another late night movie. Grab a greasy pizza and a beer or a soda, and don't make too much of a night out of it. If you're on a first date, don't watch this movie. Maybe if you're in a relationship with yourself and you want to treat yourself to a night in, it's pretty cheap to buy or rent. Go ahead and give it a shot. That's going to be it for this video. Like I said, these are just recommendations. Not all the movies are going to appeal to everyone. If you end up hating one of these movies, don't hate me. But let me know in the comments if you liked or disliked these movies, or if you've seen them before. Let me know your favorite parts of the movie. Till then, I'll see you next time.